So Chris Murphy, gun grabber extraordinaire out of the state of Connecticut, wants you to pay $5 grand for a suppressor or any NFA item. Let's talk about that. Alright, y'all, so about a month ago, the big beautiful bill passed with just the slightest amount of two-way language in it that we actually wanted to be in there. The slightest amount. Now, of course, what we originally wanted it to be was deregulation of short-barrel rifles, short-barrel shotguns, suppressors, basically the end of the NFA except for fully automatic, and that's coming down the pike later. But what actually got done, thanks to a glorified secretary, is that we didn't actually get any of that except for one thing, and that was the lowering of the tax from $200 down to $0. Didn't remove the tax, just lowered it. Now, that was the smallest of victories. And yes, it has opened the door to what's now being called the big beautiful lawsuit of Name That Gun Group, that gun rights group, are now all banding together to get the NFA completely thrown out like it should have been 100 years ago, but I digress there. Now, unfortunately, the Democrat gun grabbers are doing what Democrat gun grabbers do best. They are doubling down and bringing out the sledgehammer because Chris Murphy, senator from Connecticut and gun grabber extraordinaire, favorite of such, corrupt lying institutions such as the Brady Group and the Giffords Group, has now decided that he not only wants to bring the tax back, he wants it adjusted for inflation. Because you see, guys, what a lot of people don't know is that when the NFA was first passed back in 1934, there was a provision put in there by somebody who really knew what they were doing, saying that that $200 would not increase in value with inflation. Now, back in 1934, this was insane. $200? Who's got $200? It's the freaking Great Depression. Well, not the Great Depression anymore, but actually take that back. It is the Great Depression. Now, you fast forward 100 years to 2025, $200. I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but I really want my suppressor, and it doesn't cost that much anyway. Well, now what Mr. Murphy wants to do, he wants to take that $200 and increase it up to current levels of dollar valuation with inflation. That doesn't sound horrible. Until you remember that I'm 36 years old and the dollar has lost something around 120 to 150% of its value just in my lifetime. Guys, $200 in 1934, adjusted for inflation to 2025, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $4,784.56. Almost $5,000 to exercise an enumerated constitutional right that literally has the words "shall not be infringed" in it. This is ridiculous, but it's not unexpected. This is exactly what happens every time. We get the smallest of victories, and these guys come in with a sledgehammer trying to crush us filthy peasants who actually think we have the right to exercise an enumerated constitutional right. This is one of the many reasons, guys, why I tell everybody out there to stay armed, stay frosty, but most of all, stay informed, because the attack on our rights never ends, and we have to be ready to meet that attack, because times are changing, and they're changing for the better.